biggest difference. Yeah, what doesn't kill you make you more resilient. So even when your world is falling down, you gotta keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah, gotta keep ascending. Yeah, even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Gotta keep ascending. Oh yeah, gotta keep ascending. Yeah, even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain, her struggle's my struggle.
I'm so nervous.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy first Sunday. I'm your girl, Toni Rochelle, and welcome to Believe Radio, Ascending with Toni Rochelle. Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. Another Sunday, another day to be blessed.
Hello.
So today I have a special guest in the building, and I'm so excited to introduce her to the world and talk about what we do on here. Ascending. I hope everybody has been ascending and everything has been going good in your life. Couple of things I want to talk about. Let's talk about these gas prices first of all. Gas is about to be $7, y'all. It's about to be $7, and I can't believe it. On top of that, I went to the nail shop the other day. I have been getting my nails done, I think, since high school, maybe a little bit after high school. And I have decided that I'm going to take a break on getting my nails done. So I went to the nail shop and I got my nails taken off, which I wear my own nails, but I still get like the shellacs or the dip or whatever. And, that's a little bit of extra money, ladies. And I noticed the lady, she was like jerking my hand and she was upset because I told her I didn't want to get no color on my nails. She was like, "Your nails are so strong, so you should get your nails get this color, or you should do this, you should do that." And I was just like, "No, I just want a manicure." And she's like, "Well, you want cut down? You want cut down?" And I'm like, "No." "Well, yeah, I do want a little bit of cut down. Yes, please." But I realized that she was very angry at me. She was very angry at me because I didn't want to get what she wanted me to get done. And so instead of getting mad, instead of saying some things to her that I shouldn't be saying to her, because I'm a Christian woman and I'm trying to be intentional about the way that I speak and talk and act. I just, I prayed for her. And I was just like, I don't know what she's going through. Maybe she needed an extra couple of dollars or something. Maybe that's why she's mad because I'm not getting what she want done. I don't know. I don't know what the situation was, but I just want to remind y'all that, when people come against you and they try to, you know, um, for whatever reason, like make you feel a way, um, don't change up who you are, and sometimes you just really don't know what's going on with people. You have to pray for people and you have to just kind of meet them where they're at because you just never know, like, what you can do for that person. And that's been kind of happening to me like all week. I went to the doctor on Friday and this lady, I could tell the nurse was kind of like she was tense a little bit. And when I came in, um, I said something about God or Jesus. I said one of them. And she was like, she lit up. Like she really lit up. And she was like, I needed to hear from another believer. I needed to hear something like that because I'm having a rough day. She said, I got up and I kind of just, she said, I got up and I said, I'm not going to let anybody take my joy away. And I said, that's right. Don't let nobody take your joy away. And I mentioned to her that I had just came back from Women Evolved and how I was in this room with 40,000 women. I don't know if y'all got to watch the show last Sunday, but I had all my sisters on who I traveled with to go to Women Evolve. And it was just a powerful show last week, but it was also just a powerful moment to be in the room with 40,000 women. And so anyway, I was just telling her about the experience and she really, really got excited. She was like, oh my God, I wanted to go to that. I wanted to be there. Like, tell me all about it. Da, da, da. Like she was forgetting that she was supposed to take my blood pressure and everything because she wanted to hear about, what I just experienced. But long story short, like she just was like delighted to have me as a patient. And she was like, you made my day. You made me change my attitude about the way that I was feeling and what I was going through at the moment. And like I said, you just never know when you need to be that light for somebody or to pray for that person because People are going through things, y'all. And if this is your first time tuning into this platform, welcome. This platform is used for healing, for wellness, to help you keep going through life, to help you thrive. Because how many of us know, like, life shows up, y'all? Life shows up, and sometimes we don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know what news is going to come knocking on our door. And sometimes it can get us stuck. And I'm gonna just tell you, we that's the one thing that we all have in common is life shows up for us. And we don't know in which direction is gonna show up for us. But the whole point of it is that you have to keep going. You have to push yourself. You have to find the strength that your life matters. And even if a situation comes to attack you or keep you stagnant, you got to figure out a way to keep going. And that's what this platform is created for. Is to help people heal. Is to help people to keep going. Is to help people, you know, have an outlet, a platform to let you know that we all human and we all going through life, and life is some kind of way going to show up for all of us. Okay, so if this is your first time watching the show, you in for a treat. If you've already been supporting the show, I appreciate you. I thank you. What keeps this platform going is the people. This is not my platform. This is our platform. This is a community platform. So, I appreciate all the guests that come on and share their stories and be authentic with me, because y'all be helping me. Y'all be helping me. Y'all say I help y'all, but y'all be helping me, because during the week I be getting attacked. Daily I be getting attacked by life. And I don't know about y'all, but I have thoughts that come up against me that tell me I can't and I should have, and why I'm not doing, things like that. And sometimes I go back and I watch the show and I be like, oh, okay, I heard her story. That just gave me a booster. Oh, I heard his story. Okay. He said that he was going to go through this. Like, some storytelling to me, and it's not storytelling because this is real life. This is real people. These are real people's stories. They're helpful in my opinion. And I just appreciate it. I appreciate all the people that sit with me and that stand with me and share their story of their ascending story, because it's lit. It's lit, y'all. So anyway, but anymore, I don't want to waste no more time on me. I want to let y'all know who's in the building. I got a special guest in the building. Um, she is a mother. She is a chef. She is a model, and she's very, very beautiful. I've been knowing her for a little bit, and I actually knew her through two separate ways. I knew her from the modeling world, and then I also knew her through my mom. And so it's just I just love the power of connection. So anyway, I'm gonna bring her up. Introducing mother, model, chef Barbie.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is blessed and well. I know that I am, so I'm just happy to be here in the building with Toni Rochelle and her amazing, beautiful self. So definitely want to give you big thanks and a good shout out for inviting me onto your show today.
First of all, I just want to say you look beautiful.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
And I'm trying to keep up with you. Okay. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for coming to share your story with the world and letting us know what the struggle is like. Because we know that life shows up, and everybody got a story.
Absolutely.
And you didn't have to come sit with little old Toni Rochelle.
What you mean I didn't have to? Yes, I did. I was not going to pass that opportunity up.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. My biggest question is, how have you ascended through life? When you think about life, what happened? What happened?
Man, it's been a long journey. When I think about how I've ascended personally, I I see it as a way of survival. I've survived many obstacles. I've turned a lot of no's into yeses on my own. I've did my best to persevere and fight through, certain situations that was met and put in place to really tear me down. And it's brought me to where I am now. And despite the turmoil, despite the struggle, despite the heartache, despite all of that, it has really shaped me into who I am today. and I wouldn't dare take any of that back or take it away. It's also helped me to be able to relate to other people, to understand their story and have a certain level of empathy, to their situation. So, um, yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
definitely get
that,
into
that
it.
that's a big chunk right there. That's a big chunk. So, what was the time that you felt like you were stuck and you didn't feel like you didn't know how you was gonna get out of it? It just was dark everywhere, wasn't no sun shining, and maybe you was angry, you was upset, and you had to push through. What did that look like?
I think the very, very, very first time in my life that I had to feel that or think like that and get through that was I'm former foster youth. So I think
Oh,
about when I was about 10 years old, it was so easy for everyone to have their parents around and,
yeah,
go on those weekend visits and things of that nature. And it finally dawned on me because I had grown up in foster care since the age of 2. So it didn't really hit me until I grew this certain, consciousness because now I'm growing as a child.
yeah.
And to see everyone, go on their home visits, talk about their family. And it was just like, okay, well, why me? Why don't I have that? How can I feel the same thing that they're feeling? Because you see how elated they are,
Yeah.
when they come back and things of that nature. So it was really at that moment in my life where I felt so vulnerable, so alone, so unloved and so unwanted that it took a lot. It took a lot, but I was grateful for the people who were around me who gave me light, you know. Um
Well, first of all, I didn't even know you grew up in foster care. Did you know that I grew up in foster care too?
No
I didn't know that we
way.
shared that same story.
Blessings to you.
Where exactly are you from?
So I was actually born in San Francisco.
Okay.
But I don't really claim San Francisco per se because I had been in several different foster homes, several different group homes. So I
Around the
just say
Bay Area?
exactly. So I
Okay.
just say I'm from the Bay.
Okay, she
Hmm.
from the Bay,
We're
y'all.
definitely
She
from the
from the
Bay.
Bay. So first of all, I'm gonna say congratulations on ascending through the foster care system
Thank you.
because I
Thank
know
you.
exactly what that's like.
Big.
Now, during the time that you was in the foster care system, was you a ward of the state or
Definitely a ward of the
okay?
state.
And just for y'all that don't know what a ward of the state is, that means that when you're in the custody of foster care, that means that your parents no longer have rights to you, so you belong to the state.
Absolutely.
So that means you aged out of the system when you was
Correct.
18.
Correct.
Did they have the independent living program when you were there?
They did. They had ILSP, and I really missed that program. I'm not sure if it's still around. But I think it was Mr. Jemison at the time.
See, I grew up in
Yeah.
Oklahoma City,
Oh,
so
okay, so it's
I
different.
my story is a little different.
Okay,
But I know
okay.
y'all had a lot more resources in California.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was ILSP Independent Living Skills Program, and it was actually off of Hagenberger, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, but I actually emancipated when I was 17.
Okay.
So because I was
You was
ready to
tired. I
go.
know
Enough
you
was
was
enough.
tired.
Enough was enough.
I know what that feels like too. I know what that
Man.
feels like. So yeah, you definitely ascended through that. So I know that you're a mother.
Yes.
Let's talk about motherhood.
Okay.
What was the time where you was like, did I sign up for this?
Oh man. Oh
What was
man.
I thinking?
Honestly, let me think. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna give a real story. So when I really, really thought that it was actually after I was fleeing or in transition of leaving my first marriage with my firstborn's father.
Okay.
I was caught up in an abusive relationship, and I knew that I needed to get out. And for whatever reason, I just was like, you know what, I gotta go. So it was just me, my baby, 3 suitcases and a stroller.
Mm.
I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I was going to end up. I just knew that I needed to find my way back to California to access those resources that you were speaking of and figure out how I can, navigate and be the best mother I could be for my kid. And so it was at that point when I was like, man, I was homeless, going to shelters,
Mm.
renting
With your
rooms
baby.
with my baby and just trying to figure out how I'm going to make sure that she has the best life for herself. I always tried my best to, have faith and keep
Mhm.
my spirits up high and keep her happy so that, she doesn't suck in those, the negative side of what was really going on. I didn't want her to grow up too fast,
I get that.
and see the reality of her life. So it was at that moment that I was like, oh my God, I'm a mom. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
not just my life I have to worry about
Yeah.
anymore. It's this other person, this other human being that I have to like really capture and cultivate and like really hone in on.
So let's go back a little bit. You said that you wanted to make sure you were basically protecting her,
Yes.
and you kept your spirits up high. You
Yes.
you you didn't break down and let that defeat you. Where did that strength come from? Especially
Honestly,
growing up in the foster care
I think
system.
that's really where it came from because, and I think, and my story is a little different because it's one thing when you're put into foster care where you've already had your family,
Yeah.
and then you get put in this, environment, and
Yeah.
then you have to like figure out your life and everything's changed. But for me, I didn't have that. I grew up in this. I was
So
2 years
you
old.
don't know your parents?
No, don't know my
You've never
mom.
met them.
Never met
Oh
them.
yeah, your story's a little different from
Little
mine.
different. So for me, it was just like it was just regular life. So I just knew how to adapt
Yeah.
to any situation and any environment that I was ever put in. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's why it's easy for me to relate to a lot of different people because I've met and lived with so many different types of people.
I know that feeling.
So really that's where it all came from. Literally growing up in the system, having to fend for yourself, knowing that you're alone, but still figuring out how to like navigate through it and overcome.
But see, you made a choice because I know a lot of people that's grown up in the system as well,
True.
and they didn't make it.
This is true.
They in the grave.
This is true.
They behind
This
bars.
is true.
They on the streets. I ain't heard from them since.
True.
So, like, did you? I mean, that's. I'm happy that you had that strength,
Yeah.
but it had to come from
Oh
somewhere.
no, it
Like,
definitely came from the Lord. And
okay,
that's why I have such a strong belief in him
yeah,
because he literally had me before I even knew who I was, before I even had any type of recognition of what was over my life. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for him keeping me when I was ignorant to the world, you know what
yeah,
I mean? I don't believe that I would have made it this far. I know for a fact, they always say hindsight is 2020.
hmm,
I know for a fact he kept me.
yeah,
I know that. So I mean, my strength comes from him.
yeah.
Seriously. Like there's no way I could denounce that.
Let me ask you a question. Who introduced you to the Lord?
Honestly, and that brings me to why I know. A lot of the foster homes that I was in,
Hmm.
they were pastors.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of. She said, "I'm not trying to be a PK kid."
Right.
Okay.
Not even that. It just showed me a different side because and that's why I do relate to a lot of pastors and people who are in the church because I know that you are human too.
Yeah.
And even though they were pastors, I got the human side of them. I didn't
Right.
get the
Right.
pastor
You
side.
got both sides of the world
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. And I was oblivious to even what a pre-K PK kid is. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it was just like I just see you as some stranger who's saying they're a pastor, and
Hmm.
I'm living my life in your household, and it's not giving what it's supposed to give,
Oh,
right?
that's a whole nother topic
Yeah,
right
for
there.
another day.
Woo.
But
Okay.
yeah, so that's I believe that God put me in these certain spaces because there still was a level of protection,
Yeah.
when
Most
you are
definitely.
anointed by God. And I believe that because he put me in these spaces at such a young age, it allowed me to be introduced to who he was, you
Mhm.
know. Um, it wasn't until I was about 15 years old because, they always say, a child may stray away, but he'll come back, right? He'll
Yes.
come back. And I think
Yes.
that's what it was because I grew up in the households of pastors. I went to churches. I
Hmm.
loved the environment.
Hmm.
It was just always a happy place for me. It was something that I can hold on to. I don't even know why I remembered it so much because it's still a blur.
Yeah.
But it was something that resonated in me,
Right.
that by the time I was about 15, I was just like, man, I just want to go to church. I wanted to go to church. I just didn't know how to get there because in the foster system, they're not allowed to, you know,
Talk about religion and
exactly.
get that deep into what it is. I got you.
Exactly. So I don't know. I prayed on it, not even knowing what prayer was. But he came to me. He definitely came to me. He sent somebody, and I ended up at the time it was Trinity.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pastor Ivy was the pastor at the time who had just got there, and I went for the first time, and I was just like, oh my God, this is where I want to be.
That's where you
I
needed
joined
to
the
be.
church that day, and I've been holding on to my faith ever since. Really,
I love that for you. I love
Thank
that
you.
for you so much. Let's talk about your other title of being a chef.
Yes.
When did you become a chef, and what made you want to do that field?
Oh man. Okay, so
And what kind of chef are you too?
so I'm an international cuisine private chef. So I'm the type of
What does
chef.
cuisine mean?
It's just a type of dish, whether that be Asian cuisine or it's just food.
Okay.
So it's whether it be Asian cuisine, Indian cuisine, Ethiopian cuisine, American cuisine. So
And she didn't bring me nothing, y'all. She didn't bring me nothing.
oh my God,
Not a
charges
toast
in my
of nut,
head,
y'all.
not my heart. But yeah, so honestly, I have been cooking a long time, and then also growing up in foster cares and group homes. It's
Mhm.
not necessarily the greatest food, because the time was different. Now, I'm sure they're mandated to give vegan options and things of that sort, but
Right.
at the time, it was just I'm tired of the frozen food. Just couldn't do it, or it's overcooked, it's mushy, they just give you anything. And it's
Being a
just
chef is
like,
hard work, though. I heard.
oh man, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It is hard work, but if you know what you're doing, it's like walking and chewing gum.
So, who taught you how to cook?
So, that's a good question. No one actually really taught me. It was just something I had in me. And so I was like, well, because I'm doing this every single day, might as well go to school for it. So
Right.
I did end up at Laney College here in the Bay Area.
Laney.
Yes,
Shout out to
Laney.
Laney.
Yes. And I went through their culinary program there, and it opened my mind on where I could go with chefing, because I didn't even know chefing was really a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so Gordon Ramsay and the Food Network, Rachel Ray, we saw it,
Yeah.
but we didn't really know how, much of an impact it really was. And so I was like, you know what, I need to get into this. But honestly, I was selling cars. I was selling cars at Home Depot. I'm sorry, at Honda over there on Mission.
Really?
Yes,
oh,
I
you a little
was.
cute
Man.
little saleswoman.
Hey, I was.
Okay, I would have bought a car from you if I wouldn't known all that.
So, but that ended up kind of being sour in the end. But so I was just like, you know what? I need to work for myself.
Mhm.
I know who I am, and I know what I can do, and I know what it is that I want for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm a boss.
She
so.
a boss, y'all. She
I
is a
gotta
boss.
work for me.
Where did the title Chef Barbie come from? You do look like a Barbie doll, so I ain't gonna even give you shade on that, because you got the title, honey.
No, thank you. Honestly, I don't know, like how it really started was I think I was in my second semester. No, I'm sorry, my third semester in culinary school.
Mhm.
And chef gave us a little piece of tape, and he said, write your name on it and put it on your locker. And I was like, okay. And at the time, everyone called me Chef C, because my name is actually Cornegria, for those
Right.
of you guys who don't know. But everyone called me Chef C, but I was like, Chef C is so boring. Like, I am not boring. I mean, I am boring, but not that way. And I'm like,
right.
so I was like, Chef Barbie. That's what I'm going to do. And that's how she was born. And I resonate with Barbie because she's so many different things. She's not just one thing. And that's me. Like and that's it was kind of hard for me growing up trying to figure out what it is I want it to be, because I have so many different interests, chef, model, makeup, music, dance, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be
Blessed and
that.
highly favored.
Praise God. So that's how I came to be Barbie.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And you're right. I mean, Barbie is so relatable. I remember just, we didn't have social media and all those things, but we did have Barbie dolls.
Definitely.
And I remember being in the room for hours because I didn't have the Barbie dream house or nothing.
Right.
So I was using like the domino pizza things for the table and the
Hey,
books for the bed
exactly, and provision.
and the rags for the bed.
Washcloths.
Yeah, all of that. It took me about hours and hours to get it together, but it was a real thing. Okay,
Yeah.
it was a real thing. I'm telling my age. Don't worry about that. But anyways,
Seriously.
so, and how did you become? How did you come into the modeling game?
Honestly, through the group home, they were trying to just get us out more. So at the time they were having us go to Youth Uprising. And that was when
Shout
Mario
out to Youth
Uprising.
Okay,
Yeah, they've been around.
I never really had the pleasure to like really go there, but I know what they do, and I pay so much homage to them. And especially to Mario B. Shout out to
That's
Mario
where I
B.
met him.
Like,
And that's how I got started. He was at Youth Uprising and he was hosting classes and model classes. And that's how I got started.
I love
I was
that.
15 at the time.
He has given so many women around the Bay Area a lot of opportunity to jump into this field.
Absolutely. Because I mean, at that time it was unheard of, for short, curvy, darker complexion, so it wasn't even a thing then, but he made it a thing. So definitely shout out to Mario B. Period.
And he's still going strong,
He
honey.
is.
Okay, he's still going strong. He's still going
He
strong,
definitely
and
is.
you still going strong. I
Thank
see you out there on the catwalk, honey.
Oh
I don't do the catwalk no more. I'm done with those days. I do the pictures all day long.
Right, all
but,
day.
But I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like networking with the people and, just getting out there. It is different. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I wish I could retire and run away. But I do have so much fun when I get out there. It's like, man, you get in this space to the point where it's like, I don't even see anyone. Like, I have people like they're supporting me and they're like, you didn't see me. And I'm like, I have tunnel vision. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You're trying to make sure you get the right picture. You got to keep the right smile on
I'm
your
just
face.
trying to make sure I don't fall. That's really what it is.
It's real talk. I don't care how many years you got in the game. You got to be careful.
Definitely gotta be careful.
And they always say, "Don't. Why are you looking at the floor, Tony?" I don't know. I just want to make sure my feet going. Why are you looking at? Okay, never mind. That's why I'm not doing runway. Y'all can have that. The chat is telling me that they love you and that you were always covered from the very beginning.
Thank you.
And to speak, honey. And that they proud of you.
Blessings to you all.
The struggle is real, but you made it through. So you got some love in this chat today.
I appreciate you all. I don't know you guys, but I love you.
She love y'all. We love y'all. Now we're gonna go deeper into this ascending. Okay. About your life. You mentioned a lot of things. Like, for one, you never met your parents, and you probably don't even know if you have brothers or sisters or anything like that. What do you do in times, because most people have a mom or a dad to, call when things get hard or things get dark. What do you do as an adult now? Are you still in contact with some of your foster parents, or what's your outlet when it comes to like a parent or a mentor or someone to help you stay above water?
Honestly, music has really gotten me through a lot of dark situations. And my faith, honestly. I mean, I've been broken down on my knees in a room by myself, the lights out, just trying to work through a situation. My tears have brought me through so many different situations and struggles. So it's really been music. I mean, sometimes I have a friend that I can just call, and they'll be there in that moment, and give me the words I need to hear and uplift me. But, friends come and go, So I will say, shout out to everybody who's ever helped me, who's ever picked up the phone, even if it was just that one time. Thank you, because that helped me and kept me from me.
Ooh,
man.
Let's talk about that there. What do you mean by it helped you? I can't even get it out. What do you mean by it helped you keep you away from you? That's really strong.
Giving up. just feeding into it and just saying, forget all of this,
Mhm.
and just walking away and saying, you know what, whatever, no one cares about me. I could leave today, and who's going to think about me tomorrow?
Yeah.
you know so keeping me from just all my demons, my ugly thoughts, just keeping me at a dark place,
Yeah.
so it was a lot. It was a lot. And then my kids too.
Mhm.
Like even still to this day, like I just be like, thank God for you guys. Like I tell them every day, I love you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. I just want the best for you. You guys don't, and they want me to have another kid, and I'm like, listen, I'm not doing it.
Ooh,
I
why these
refuse.
kids be trying to
I
play with you?
refuse. I refuse. I said I have to start
How
my
old is your
life
How old is
over.
your babies?
Man, my oldest, she's 10. She'll be 32 next week.
Mine too. Mine too.
And then my second, she's 7 going on 14.
Uh-huh.
So, it's just they are my pride and my joy. They are my everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious. So they definitely keep a smile on my face. They keep me going. They
I,
definitely keep me
I
going.
love that. I
Yes.
love that. So I know that there's other girls like you and I.
Yeah.
And first of all, I just want to say again, congratulations on ascending through foster care system,
Thank you.
ascending through
And
life.
you too.
Thank you so much because I had
Man.
no idea that you had that story, that we have
Yeah.
similar stories.
But most people don't look at that.
Mhm.
They just, and that's my thing when it comes to economic society and
Yeah.
political,
Talk
all
about
that
it.
other stuff. But it's just like, yeah, you know, people look at people for the outside. They don't ever look at them for the inside. So you looking in all your glory, me and looking in my glory, they just think that we'd had it all,
Mhm.
and
Oh
that's
yeah.
really not the case.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to fake it to make it, several times. You know what I mean? I always say, I, I'll meet you at the finish race.
Okay.
At the finish line, I might be moving at turtle speed, but I'm gonna get there, and that's just because it's been learning life through trial and error,
Mhm.
because there is no one to give us the game.
That's right.
You got to figure it out along the way.
You speaking my language, honey. Yeah. Man,
I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, because who really does know? There's really no blueprint to life.
it's not. I mean, even if you were raised with your mom and your dad and you have everything you need, you could still be broken
Yep.
into pieces
Yep.
and a hot mess.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's why you can't judge people, community. You can't judge the book. I remember a lot of people like, oh, you look like one of them spoiled girls with a silver spoon in your mouth. What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
If you only knew.
I don't look like what I've been through.
Praise God.
I don't. Amen.
Praise
Seriously.
God.
Seriously.
So if you right now you have the opportunity to talk to somebody that's in foster care system just
Yeah.
like you and I was.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to tell that girl, because I don't know about you, I used to always daydream. I had imaginary friends.
Mhm.
And when I was growing up, I honestly was just like, okay, please don't let me wake up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like that's how dark I used to
Wow.
feel.
Man.
For a long time too.
Oh, just imagine if God would have answered your prayers. You wouldn't even been here right now.
Say that, sis. You didn't even have to say all that, but say that.
Glad you're here, baby.
No, I'm glad that we're here.
Seriously.
But I know that there's a girl out there that's feeling like that. And even if she didn't grow up in foster care,
Yeah.
maybe she ain't even in foster care. Maybe she
Yeah.
just going through the motions of being a girl, being a person.
Yeah.
What encouraging words would you say to that person?
What I would say to her is, don't sweat the small stuff. Think big. Know who you are. Know your self worth. Know your value. Don't allow anyone to overcome your thoughts about yourself. You are beautiful, no matter what beauty looks like. You are the trendsetter in your own life, and just to keep persevering. Walk through all of those ups and those downs, because you will never know how far it can bring you if you just decide to hold on. You know what I mean? If you just decide to have your faith, keep pushing, and not taking those no's, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to say no. There's going to be a lot of people in your life who's going to tell you you can't. There's going to be a lot of people who's going to tell you that you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not any of these things. But as long as you hold true to who you are, who you are from the inside is going to show.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to just eat it.
You better eat it. And she ain't cooking it for you, okay? Oh my God, I love that. So when it comes to motherhood and your girls, they know your life story.
Yeah and no. So they know my life story when it comes to not, having a mom, because I have to explain to them why they don't have a grandmother or,
Mhm.
an aunt, cousins and things like that, when it comes to their friends and what they see and stuff like that. So they do know, and I kind of I use Annie.
That's a good one.
Annie has a good visual,
Mhm.
so that they can see, because Annie was
She
powerful.
was.
I mean, despite all of that,
The
she
white one
kept,
and the black
and the
one.
black one, okay, both of them. I mean, because she still has such a like glow about her life. She's had this optimistic attitude, like something's gonna happen for me. I don't know what it is, and so it helped me show my daughters what I went through,
Mhm.
and in a lighter way, because they are still really small.
Yeah.
These are conversations that we're going to continue to have over the years, because, their mentality is going to change. Their level of maturity is going to change. So their level of understanding is going to change. So as they keep growing, I'll keep retelling the same story and just giving a little more and more as they go.
When it comes to parenting, because you don't have that outlet, and even people that do again have mothers and grandmothers and outlets and things like that, where do you get your gems that like to be like that mother to make the right decisions and what to expose them to or how to be like things like that? Where do you get that from?
Um, a lot of it is from what I don't want to be like. So it's actually from looking at other people and seeing what they're doing and how they're doing it. And I'm just like, oh, you're telling me what not to do,
Yeah.
And so really I embark on that. And then at the same time, it's like I'm trying to give my girls, because they both are girls,
Mhm.
my girls what wasn't given to me, so that also helped me, so
Now,
I,
when you let's tap in on that because I say that too,
yeah,
and then sometimes I'm like, am I spoiling them too much?
yeah,
Is there such thing as spoil?
yeah,
Like, how do I know when I'm doing too much or when I'm doing too little?
yeah.
Because I don't. I want them to have everything I didn't have. So, can you elaborate on that?
So I have a saying, my daughters know it very well, and I tell them, good things come to those who wait. And so they're spoiled in a sense that they know they're going to get whatever it is that they want.
Mm-hmm.
But they also know that they're not going to get it right now,
Right.
because I'm trying to create that balance, that you can have anything you want in this world,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean that you're going to get it right now.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to wait for the things that we want because maybe we're just not ready for it. You can't have that new car until you are even in a position to where you can maintain that new car. There are
Mm-hmm.
certain things that we pray for that we just he's not going to give it to us right now. So I'm just trying to get them in that mindset that, you know, over time you can get what you want. But right now, mama ain't got it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not gonna keep it funky with you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
at all.
You have so much strength and power. Did
Thank
you
you.
know that?
Thank you.
Like, do you ever recognize that and like really be like, girl, I got it going on?
No, and that's the thing. And I think that's what keeps me going, because I'm like, you're not there yet. In my mind, I'm not there yet. Like every day it's a battle, every day it's a struggle. Because I am a humble servant, and I know that there's more that I can do, and I know who I am, But in the same breath, I do know you're something, you're someone,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna be something great. And so that's what I'm still kind of working through. I have my insecurities.
I love that. You have insecurities in your
I
model.
do. I know, isn't that weird?
You have insecurities and you cook for people.
So
Like
weird.
people have to trust you that you know what you're doing,
Yeah,
doing your craft correctly.
definitely.
And if that food is nasty,
Mm-mm. Oh, they gonna
because
tell
you know
you.
people don't play about their food. They don't. They don't play about their food.
At all, at People be ready to fight over their
They
food.
don't play about their food. I'm not paying for this.
No, you can have it back. Send
This
it back.
ain't seasoned
We don't
enough.
want it. It's overcooked. It's burnt.
Yeah,
I'm still chewing.
it's a no for me, sis.
It's over. We don't want it. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So let's go a little bit deeper. What are very specific ways when you're having those bad days when you just like it's not going right, things are not looking good, like somebody that made you mad, or it didn't go the way, and I heard you say you're saying that you know it'll come to you when it's supposed to come to you, but like sometimes people are really stuck in their stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know like to the point where they might not even shower that day,
Mm-hmm.
or they may not even pick up the phone for that person that's calling them, or just doing their daily tasks that they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in that type of situation?
That was like last week. If you ask me, let's keep it real.
No, for real.
No, seriously, I think it was like last week. Man, yeah, it's so heavy, and that's why I do think that, like, whatever God you believe in, I believe in something
Mhm.
to get you out of that place, because man, you can go so far down that you're like nothing matters. Absolutely nothing matters, and that's why you get to that point where I'm not answering the phone. I'm not taking a shower. I don't even. I'm closing my door, and I'm like shutting myself out to the world. I'm like the like I'm a ghoster, y'all. I'm a ghoster. I will ghost because I get in those spaces, and at the same time, it's like I don't expect you, to come rescue me in my process because you got your own stuff.
Mhm.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna hold you. And that's a lot to be able to take on somebody else's mess.
It
When you
is.
got your own stuff, you're trying to unpack and
It's
let,
a lot
let
to
go.
take on your own stuff.
Man, so it's really like, yeah, that was last week. Thank you, Jesus. Just gonna say thank you, Lord.
I love the honesty because it's real out here. It is super real out here.
Man, yeah.
So, in those times, do you like? I know you said you use music for an outlet. Well, first of all, what kind of music do you listen to?
Honestly, because of my background, I listen to everything.
Ain't nothing wrong
I
with that.
mean, pop, country, gospel, rap. Man, it's sultry,
Yeah.
acoustic. It doesn't matter if it sounds good and it reaches me. I go to.
Paint that picture for me. So when that time gets there, do you
What's
sit there and you just turn on the music and you just meditate
Yeah.
and listen, or do you
You know
write,
what?
or what do you do?
It was actually this morning before I came here.
Okay.
It was, what is it? Is it Smoky Norfolk? I Need You Now.
Mhm.
That was what I had to play to get me going.
I know a lot of music, but I don't be knowing people's names.
I
Sorry.
need you now.
Oh,
Lord.
yeah. Okay,
no,
yeah.
I'm not a singer, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what
You
you're
sounded pretty good to me.
saying. But yeah, that one got me through. Because it was like, I was nervous about coming here today. Just because I'm not, as much as I like being in the forefront, I'm really that type of person who likes to really have a hoodie on and sit in the back seat and just watch. Because I am a Virgo. Shout out to all the Virgos out there.
Lord, bless her heart.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
At least she didn't say she was an Aries. But anyway.
Ooh, I'm not gonna go there. But, yeah, so that was a go-to song for me. What's another good song that helps me through? Mary J. Blige. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with listening to her. Yeah, it's a lot of
So you
songs.
sit there and you turn on your music and you
Turn on my music. Sometimes I clean. Oh my God, when I get in those modes,
Mhm.
man, the house be spotless.
No, for real.
It'd be like, don't even blink too hard because a lash might fall on the floor. Okay, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So yeah, I get in those cleaning spells where I just feel like sometimes, like they say spring cleaning, because it's like, you're trying to turn over a new leaf and
Mhm.
you're trying to, just get that bad juju out, and brighten up
I
the
call it
space.
nesting without being pregnant, though.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, and that's what I do.
Because I be on my one moment I'm standing, next minute I'm on my knees.
Be like, how did I get here?
I don't remember saying I was
Yep.
gonna do all that today.
But yep, I just go through the house and go crazy, and I'm just cleaning, 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 and then while I'm cleaning it, I'm thinking, and I'm just finding new thoughts, just manifesting in myself and trying to figure out, okay, what is the root issue
Yeah.
of what's going on in my life, and how can I get around that, and how can I get through that, and what are the steps that I'm gonna have to take, to just get to where it is that I want to go, and that's really what it is with the music in the background and my kids around. I mean, I don't know what other inspiration I can get outside of seeing God, you know what I mean, and making sure he's around, because I get to talking to him and I know he be tired of me because I be saying so much. He like, you still here? And I'm like, but God,
Okay, so you are a single mom.
I am a single mom.
What is that like?
um it's a lot. It's a lot. But I will say that I'm grateful because there are things that I don't have to deal with
Mhm.
because I am that single mom. I don't have to worry about, you going here this week and coming back home the other week, what
Mm.
happened over there and what was said over there, the type of music, the type of company, because, you can't monitor someone else's household no matter
Say that.
how much you want to, right?
Mhm.
And so it's like I'm just glad that I don't have to expose my kids aren't exposed to the things that they're not used to
Yeah.
because they are going back and forth. I will say that their godfather, he plays a really big help in my life.
Okay.
He's been around since man, since a lifetime 2012.
Mhm.
So he's been a real big help. Some days he's there, some days he's not because he got his own life.
Yeah.
He's older or whatever. But yeah, he's played a really big part and a really positive role in their lives when it comes to what a man looks like.
Mhm.
He's at every event. At school. He's always taking them on trips, and we go on road trips and have a good time. He exposes them to a lot. So he's one of my biggest supporting casts in my life.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
I am grateful for him, even though he get on my nerves.
Okay, they all do.
But
They
yeah,
all do.
yeah.
So as far as your chefing job, is that like just catering? Do you have a restaurant or a truck or what?
So
What is your
right now, I just do private gigs.
okay?
Most people, they'll call me up and say, "Hey, it's my auntie birthday. Can you cook something?" I'll say, "Hey, how many people are there?" And we go from there. Right now, I did just get hired at Laney College to be
Okay,
a
now where
chef.
where
Yes,
you got your
yes,
education
yes,
at?
I
Okay,
did. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm just going through the
congratulations.
paperwork. Thank you. So I'll be at Laney College helping out with some of the students when the students return, if they return. But right now, just cooking for the community because Laney does feed the community on Wednesdays. So if you guys are looking to get something cooked up for
I
you
might have to
guys and get
come
some
over there.
groceries, the food pantry, definitely be there on campus on Wednesdays.
How does that feel for you to be able to get back to the community and go back to the place where you got your education at?
Man, honestly, it's love. It's a love. I mean, for me, I like to be a giver. I'm a supporter. I like
Mhm.
to help other people in their journey and just be there along the way, so I could say, "Hey, I remember when," and just have that bond, that special moment. So for me to be able to give back to the community, that's actually what I want to do, and not just in the community aspect, but even in the foster home, in the group homes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's something I'm trying to aspire to. I have some things that are, in the woodworks. I'm
We
still
might
on
have to
paper,
collaborate
but we
on something.
definitely,
I'm
yeah,
thinking about something that we got to talk
yeah,
about because it's nothing like giving back to the community
yeah,
and especially back where you came from. Even though I didn't grow up in the foster care system here,
hmm
it's still the same.
man,
We still kind of got the same story and the
yep,
same struggle
yep,
and want to give back. So
hmm
I'm glad that you mentioned that because some people they don't share their story about that part of their life or they try to like tuck that away,
yeah.
and the fact that you're still bringing it up to the upfront, that tells a lot about you,
Thank you.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
So we might have to,
yeah,
we're gonna pray on that.
yeah. We
We're
definitely
gonna
go.
pray on that.
Amen. We're gonna say amen right now.
Amen. Touch and agree. Touch and agree. Okay, we got a few more seconds. I just want to get your elevator pitch when it comes to ascending. When you think of the word ascending, um, you've already told us a lot, but when you think of the word ascending, what does that mean to you?
Ascending to me means, just walking in your power. Ascending means, to be born again, moving from one space to another space. Um, just ascending higher, depending on where you're going, where you're from, whatever that may be when it comes to learning, even if it's just school, just getting through school, learning things that you didn't know you needed to know, um, manifestation, overcoming obstacles. Because with each situation, you learn something new, not just about the situation, not just about life, but even just about yourself. You
Yeah.
know, you're like, man, I went through that.
Mhm.
I got through that.
Yeah.
How? But I'm here. And now I'm living to face another situation. And so as you keep working through one situation to get to the next, that's what ascending means to me.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much. I love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming and being vulnerable, sharing your story.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see what else God is going to do for you.
Yes.
And I wish your baby girls nothing but joy and love and peace. And we don't have to get them together because
Yes, we need a play
you got
date.
an 11-year-old
Yeah,
almost, and I got
yeah,
an 11-year-old. We might have to do something,
definitely.
Um, I got something actually coming up for kids that's
Okay,
coming up soon. So
cool.
we gonna
Yeah, yeah,
collaborate.
I love to do it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
before I let you go,
Okay.
tell the people where they can follow you,
Okay.
what your upcoming gigs is, where they
Okay.
can hire you. They might want you to come
Right. Hello.
model or cook for them or whatever. Tell everybody everything.
Yes. So everyone, my Instagram handle is chef underscore Barbie 89. You can find me on Instagram. That's normally where I am all the time. So just DM me, slide into the DMs for good reason and good reason only. Thank you. But yeah, that's how you can get in contact with me the best. I do have an event coming up, but it's not until December. I got an ugly sweater Christmas skate party with 90s
Ooh, make sure I
music.
get my invite.
Definitely will send you an invite. So if you guys like to skate, come on out. Follow me on my page. That way you can keep updated. I will be dropping flyers and information as the date approaches. So yeah.
Yay, Chef Barbie in the
Thank
house
you,
for the
Tony.
one time and the two times and
And the
the
two
three times.
times.
Okay.
Oh.
First of all, she's an entrepreneur, you guys. She's a mother, a single mother. She's a chef. She's a model. And she got skills, y'all. And most of all, she's powerful and strong. Thank you so much again for coming on and sharing your story.
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but blessings and blessings and blessings.
Thank you.
So community, I hope that you enjoyed today's show. Keep on tapping in. If you have a story and you want to come and sit with Toni Rochelle, y'all know how to get in touch with me. Instagram, Facebook, all platforms ascending with Toni Rochelle. Before we go, I wanted to share a little bit of my testimony. So this month is October. Today is October 1st,
Yes.
which is breast cancer month. Okay.
Man.
I should have on my pink. I got a little bit of pink on, but I will be wearing pink for the majority of the month.
Yes.
This time last year, I was fighting breast cancer.
Wow.
And so, yeah, this will be made a year that I am cancer free.
Praise God.
And it's a blessing because when I found out that I had breast cancer, I didn't even have time to cry about it or get upset about it or even share it with the world because um, I was blessed to be able to get the surgery and all of it was gone immediately. It was almost like it didn't even happen. Um, and I did go into a mild depression about it because I felt guilty because I know that a lot of women that didn't survive it. I know a lot of women that had to go through chemo and radiation, and they lost their hair and they lost weight. And I don't look like what I've been through, y'all. And I just want to say thank you, thank you to the Lord for keeping me and having me survive it, and just really paying homage to all the breast cancer women and people that have survived it, as well as no longer here with us anymore. And so just know that breast cancer is something real in women's life. And I have to say this, and I'm gonna talk about it all month. Make sure women, make sure that you examine yourself
Yes.
daily,
Yeah.
weekly.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a little tiny bump.
You
I don't
check
care
out.
what it is. If it's something that doesn't feel right, go to the doctor.
Yes.
Do not wait. Do not linger. Do not be in denial, because that can help save your life. And I know that when you first hear it, I know when you first discover it, you may get nervous, you may get afraid, you may even get mad, but your story is not someone else's story. Okay. So again, examine yourself. If you don't even know how to do that, or what you don't know what I'm talking about, use your phone,
Mm-hmm.
use Google,
Mm-hmm.
go to YouTube University,
Mm-hmm.
ask a friend, because it's very important that we be the doctors to ourselves first. Okay. I know for sure one of the reasons why I survived it and why it happened so quickly is because as soon as I felt something wrong, I ain't got that much to offer to the world anyway. But I knew something was wrong. I knew something didn't feel right. And I didn't tell my family and friends and stuff right away, but I did go to the doctor immediately. So I'm begging you, I'm pleading with you. As soon as you feel something different, um, you know, it's okay. Touch on yourself. Make sure that you good, because that can save your life. And we want y'all to be here with us, ladies. We need y'all, ladies. We ruling the world and stuff. Shout out to the guys. Yeah. But yes, it makes 1 year that I am breast cancer free, and I am grateful for my life. And just like my sister said earlier, I don't know how the year would have been if y'all didn't have y'all Toni with y'all. You know what I mean?
Man.
I don't know what would
Life
have
is
happened if
good.
I was laid up in the bed and going through chemo and everything else. I am very, very grateful. And so, like we discussed today on the show, don't judge a book by its cover, because you just never know what people are going through.
Yes.
You never know what people are enduring. You never know that, you know, you guys, a smile is free. A hug is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
um praying for somebody from a far distance or even up close is favor in the kingdom. But the judging, we got to stop it, y'all. We got to stop hating on each other. We got to stop wishing to be somebody else.
Mm.
Because what's for you is for you, and your life matters, and you matter. And like I said, life shows up for all of us in many different ways, many different aspects. We go through divorces, we become single parents, we lose our jobs. Maybe we grew up in foster care system and we never met our parents. But you see two women right here sitting here that have overcome mostly all those things that I listed. That's my story.
Yeah.
That is my story. Just this year, I have not had a job this entire year, you guys. This entire year, I have not had a job. And look at me, I'm still smiling. I'm still going. I'm still pushing. And so I don't use this word ascending lightly. This word is important to me. This word is my life. And this is what I'm living through daily. Just like my sister said last week, she found herself in the dark. But right here, she's sitting here looking beautiful, smelling good, and didn't bring me no food. Okay. So you can ascend through whatever comes against you. You can fight whatever comes against you. You have a community here to support you. Reach out to me. I'll pray for you.
Amen.
I'll give you the shirt off my back if I have to.
Amen.
I don't have a lot to give, but I have love to give and I have my prayer to give. But you have a community right here on Ascending with Toni Rochelle. So until then, you guys be blessed. Be humble about your life. Speak out, scream out, get you a network. And until then, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. The chat was lit today. Thank you everybody who was in the chat. Thank you everybody who watched the show today. Thank you,
Thank
Chef
you. Thank
Barbie.
you.
I want to give a shout out to Believe Radio.
Believe
I want to give a
Radio.
shout out to A Thing to Talk About. He always in the building. Y'all don't see him because he's behind the scenes, but he be out here working. Thank you everybody that has supported this platform, and thank you to the newcomers. I love you all. I wish you well. And until then, y'all know what I'm gonna say. You better. You got to. Keep ascending.
Ascending. Oh yeah, gotta keep ascending. Yeah, even at your worst, you gotta keep your vision. That's the only way that you gon' keep ascending. Her pain is my pain, her struggle's my struggle.